Hey everyone, welcome back. Fubar here, and today we got an exciting video for you guys. Today I've been seeing all over Facebook and in the Discords people asking what is the best units in Warpath. So I'm going to give you guys a very short video, quick rundown, giving you my top picks for best units in Warpath and why, and I'm going to give you a little bit of history on a few of them. So the very first one is going to be the light tank. The light tank has stood the test of time. Ever since Warpath has come out, the light tank has always been involved in some form or way. A lot of people love that unit. It's a very powerful unit. You get free gold plus parts for it just for maxing out the Liberty Camp, and it is very good overall. You can fight Air Force with it. You can go ratting with it. You can hunt reserves. You can hunt helicopter AGs with it. It does a lot for a little bit. The next I'm going to talk about is the Liberty Howitzer. The Liberty Howitzer has been the go-to unit for howitzers since the very beginning of the game. It has a good, it has a very good fast reload time. If you get it down, it can go all the way down to like 2 seconds. Has good traverse speed in comparison to the Martyr Howitzer. It does great base to base damage with a 300% damage coefficient towards fortifications, and it also does solid damage out in the field against armored units and other non-armored units. The next unit we're going to talk about is actually the helicopters. Each helicopter has its own role, so to speak. And I've been speaking about this for a very long time. The Liberty helicopter is kind of like your airborne light tank because it has a much higher speed than the Vanguard and the Marauder helicopter. It's very good for these to sneak behind enemy lines, to hit reserves, to chase down enemy units, and also cause some mayhem that way. Whereas the Vanguard and Martyr, they're slower and I feel they perform best up in the front lines, trying to break the enemy lines along with other units. Now, the next unit, which is a new and becoming it's a new choice, and it's becoming very popular, and it's been recently adjusted up, is the actual infantry. Infantry is very good. Each infantry provides a different form of support for your allies out in the field, and you can enhance this further with certain officers such as Everbloom and Lonesome Star, and they are incredible. I love them. I was an infantryman when I was in the service, and this just hits home with me. I do feel it needs to be a little bit adjusted, not too much, but it does need a little bit of adjustment, and more so due to their durability. These guys are insane with their durability. The next I want to talk about is actually the ATG. The ATG is recently been reworked right before the infantry were, and they have a +1 map grid now. So now they have 4 grids, which you can bring to 5 if you use Antonina or Lady Liberty. They do good against anything armored. So when I say anything armored, that means SH, MBT, helicopter, light tank. Okay. They also have AA mode, which does an insane amount of damage once it starts firing. But the thing is when it's in AA mode, you cannot move it, and you have to manually switch it back and forth between AA mode, and it is incredibly slow. But pound for pound, this thing is amazing on base defense. It is good in the field, and it is very helpful for anyone who wants to contribute towards their alliance. The next unit I'm going to talk about is the MBT. Each MBT has a unique trait, just like any other unit in the game, but these are amazing units for an all-rounding unit. They can do good against bases, they can do good in field fights, they are good for support, and each one is incredibly unique. For example, the Martyr one right here that we have up on display has a self-healing ability. But the other two, I would feel, are more desirable because Liberty is faster moving, it has more, and it also has a faster retrain time, whereas the Vanguard has a higher firepower, higher armor, and also has a higher retrain time. Now, the one attribute they all share is Siege, and that is insanely useful because of when you're sieging bases. Now, as for Air Force, I have to say right now, the best units in the game for fighter planes is going to be the Vanguard fighter and the Liberty fighter. The Vanguard fighter became very popular because, one, it is very potent and very strong. In the intercept, a lot of people love to start their fights. So flying into an enemy fighter that's been sitting there, very, very good. You're going to get that initial burst of damage right off. And also, you can get a free unit skin for it just in the playing Theater of Conquest and doing well and collecting 100 gold tokens. You can get that unit skin for it. Very good, very popular. The next one is actually going to be the Liberty Fighter. The Liberty Fighter is kind of the jack of all trades fighter, which is, you can see right here. I have a 5-star right here. I don't have one complete, but it's a jack of all trades. It has higher intercept than the Modders, and it has better maneuverability than the Vanguards. But its unique trait is that it actually has boosted firepower. And this is awesome. If you have boosted firepower, that means when it's sitting and a Vanguard fighter plane comes in and tries attacking you, even if it has slightly higher power, you're going to be able to do a significant amount of damage to that unit, and it's going to be a more even trade. Or even when you're engaging, you're going to do fairly well. It's a more balanced unit. Now, like I said about the Vanguard, Vanguard has very poor maneuverability in comparison to a Martyr or also Liberty, but it does have the highest intercept. And the unit model is pretty sick. I love the Vanguard fighter plane model, personally. Now, on to the bombers. The best bomber, in my opinion, hands down, I don't have it here, so I do apologize, will actually be the Martyr fighter. I mean, the Martyr bomber. The Martyr bomber is a tank hunter in the sky. It does extremely well against armored units, and it is just devastating against all the way across the board, except for against infantry. It does amazing against tanks. It does amazing against artillery. It tracks the target, and in comparison to the other ones, yes, Vanguard tracks target, but it doesn't do as much damage. Whereas the Liberty, it does great on base defense, but it does not track target, and it is kind of slower, it seems, on the flight time. So if you guys found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Fubar. I got your 6. Peace.